Last-minute tax filers have just one more day to get their 2025 returns in on time. Rita Board, a tax preparer with Jackson Hewitt, says often people delay filing their returns when they know they'll owe taxes but aren't able to pay. Board says this is a mistake. Even if you can't pay on time, you should still file on time or file an extension so you don't face a failure to file penalty along with a non-payment penalty. Along with filing, Board says there are steps people should take when they can't afford to pay what they owe.
Make a payment, any payment that you can make. If you can't pay it all, then you contact either the federal or the state, whatever you owe, and they have provisions where you can make arrangements to pay and make payments. So that would be our advice that you should do.
Board says anyone who misses the filing deadline and doesn't get an extension should file as soon as they possibly can. President Trump